Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, this is Illuminarium Podcast Production. This is the less serious podcast edition. Today we're speaking about the sleeping disorders. My name is Georgi, that's Zara, Helen, Sioma, Simon, however you want to call him.
Jigglypuff.
So today's topic is sleeping disorders and mainly sleeping paralysis. So do you know what it is?
No idea. Like, I've heard of it, but like never experienced. Probably not the exact like definition which I've seen on the internet, but probably something which couldn't let me move when I was like kinda awake, kinda asleep.
Yeah, so as far as I know, sleep paralysis is normal when you're falling asleep, because in this way your, like, let's say nature is keeping you from moving while you're dreaming, because let's suppose you're dreaming that you're fighting and you start fighting in your bed. I mean, could you imagine that?
Are there any real situations where this has happened? Like somebody fighting in their bed, like fighting with the sheets?
No, that's why we have like the state of sleeping paralysis, but mostly you don't realize that your body is paralyzed when you're sleeping. But sometimes it happens that you fall asleep, but then right after you fall asleep you wake up, but your consciousness is awake, but then you cannot move your body. And I personally have experienced this, that it's quite disturbing. I mean, you're awake, but then for me at least, when you, as much as you try to move your body, it becomes worse.
I do have it on a weekly basis.
Weekly basis?
When I'm stressed, it's on a weekly basis.
Same for me, is when I'm stressed and I haven't slept properly in like days.
Yeah.
It's like
It
my
happens the most.
sleeping is exhausted.
When I was little, it was a lot more lengthy than it is now, because then I didn't understand what it is. So, when you don't understand, you don't know how to get out of it. But right now, when I'm in such a state, I'm like, okay, this is that, so it's fine, and it passes off really quickly. What I'm interested to know is, like, what have you seen in your state of sleep paralysis?
Probably something like really weird, scary.
You don't remember it, or?
It like demons. I don't know. I cannot really explain it.
What's funny, Be?
Demons.
Have you ever experienced?
I'm not quite sure I have experienced all the things, but several times in the last year I have experienced that I couldn't breathe, and that was quite scary because I woke up and it was just horrible, not being able. I felt like I was suffocating, and it was horrible.
How do you guys break from it?
I don't know. I just woke up.
For me,
How does it end usually?
as I'm like conscious, I try to tell myself that everything is okay, and I try to be still and calm. And this is the thing that breaks it, because if I try to move too hard, it doesn't do anything, and it becomes even more like stressful, I guess. It's some tension. I don't really know how to describe it, but I think remaining calm is the best thing you can do.
I feel like the minute the fear is gone, that's when it breaks. Because there's times when I remember in my room I saw a very old looking grandma. Like, she was very creepy in the corner of my room, and I kept staring at her. And at one point I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to her. And when when the fear disappeared and I was like, I wanna go and just go to her, that's when it just breaks. So I guess that's the main thing.
Then you wake up, there's no lady, and you're like disappointed.
Yeah.
Nobody to go to.
Yeah.
I usually just get scared and wake up.
No.
And when I stop breathing, it's quite scary.
When I stop breathing, I get scared.
Have you felt another thing? Like, you're just about to fall asleep and then you feel like you're falling on the stairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you make the movement like you are falling, it's like in the bed.
Just like this. Like, you're a
What the
little bit
hell?
startled.
Yeah.
And about the paralysis, like I've heard some people break it like when they cannot move the whole body, but they start thinking about like small stuff that they can move, like maybe a pinky or something really like maybe a smaller part of the body, like whatever, like a hand or something. And then when they're able to like move like this part of the finger, and then everything starts breaking apart, and it's all good, and they actually continue sleeping. Seems like a good solution. Like, I think I've tried it once, but it was so long ago, so I cannot really remember. like the exact way, but that's something that people use.
Yeah, the sleeping paralysis is quite common, especially
For stressed
for people.
students.
No, yeah, but usually for people who have narcolepsy, which is a sleeping disorder, and it has different.
Narcolepsy?
Yes,
Is that how it's called?
I'm not sure. It's
N-
something
narcolepsy is when you have some sleeping disorders,
Yes,
like
yes,
it
yes.
includes sleeping paralysis.
Yes.
But there is another
That's what I'm doing.
sub-condition that's called catalepsy,
Mhm.
and that's when you just fall asleep. I mean, you don't fall asleep, but you cannot move your body. You're
Mhm.
fully
It's like
conscious.
this mid state.
Yeah, you're fully conscious, and you can be just staying like this, and then, like, basically faint, but you're conscious and you cannot. You don't have muscle control.
It's as if like your physical body shuts down, but your mind is still on, and
Yeah.
you haven't
Kinda
moved.
sounds cool.
You haven't done the transition.
I don't think it
It's
does.
like being roofied.
So what is it?
Doesn't sound cool. Narcolepsy is a sleep disorder characterized by excessive sleepiness,
Yeah.
sleep paralysis, hallucinations, and in some cases, episodes of cataplexy, meaning partial or total loss of muscle control.
Thank you, person
Yeah.
behind the camera.
And usually the rate of people who have it, it's
Hell.
1 in 2,000
Oh,
people have suffer of narcolepsy, or
How is it?
1 in 2,000.
I mean, the definition is quite general. So
It
like,
is, but
I think
so I
that
guess-
maybe every like 1 out of 5 people has experienced something out of it, but like not the whole like symptoms.
Yeah, symptoms.
whole
That's
list-
what
the
the
list.
thing I was. Yeah, the narcolepsy has multiple symptoms, or how it presents.
Mm-hmm.
For example, when it first like happened to me, I googled it, and I wasn't really sure what I'm looking for, and I was like really like in a young age. And when I googled it, I only saw demons, and from then on, I think that I have been seeing these in my sleep paralysis, and it was strange,
possessed.
strange. Huh? What is it?
You're possessed.
Yeah, and, or possessed, and like I think that I read something about people experiencing it like mostly when they fall asleep on their back, like
Yeah.
not on their side
I
or
always sleep on my stomach, and that's why probably I don't see anything necessarily.
How can you?
But then I feel like there is someone,
Yeah.
which is even more scary
Coming
because when
from
you can
behind.
see something.
It's probably Sirancho.
Wait. Mythologically.
mythologically.
mythological.
Yeah, about sleep paralysis, it said that these are like people who break the wall between people and the supernatural, and they can actually see it. Also about the thing that you said, like the feeling that you're falling, it's actually an angel came to pick you up and bring you to heaven, but it dropped you.
Hey, does it have something to do with like how is it called, like your spirit going out of your body and then being able to go wherever you want in the world? Like, have you ever heard of anything like that?
That's very
Yeah,
psychedelic.
my yoga teacher said that he does that.
I have no idea
That's
how
what you
it's
mean.
called. Can we Google that as well?
Sure.
Like, I have no idea what you're gonna Google, but
Like your
I've just
spirit,
been gonna find
your
it.
spirit going out of your body,
It's like
right?
called
Yeah.
out-of-body experience.
It's called
or
fire.
Yeah.
no.
Some
no,
people
no.
experience it while they're in surgery. Like they say that
They can see their
rise.
body.
Yeah.
They can see their body
Yeah.
if they.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Another thing that I just thought of, which is kind of connected with sleeping but not really. Some people when they get surgery, anesthesia doesn't affect their consciousness, and they're awake while they're.
So they cannot move, but like
And they feel everything,
Oh, fuck.
and they're conscious.
Okay, it's called astral projection.
Yes,
There's
yes.
even like WikiHow articles on how to use it, how to do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Fucking no. I've heard stories of
So-
people like fucking their minds up,
Yeah.
like totally.
Wow.
That's what they say.
I have this friend. Her mother. She says that she practices this, and she's been like, oh, I've been to Greece, I've been to Turkey, I've seen this and that and that and that. I've seen my previous lives as well.
How to travel
fucked
on a
up.
budget.
Yeah.
I need more coke.
Nicola, did you find something else?
There's like sleep.
Yeah, it's basically the same. You get paralyzed, and then they're demons. around you,
Come below
looking,
the table.
screaming.
It's me, new
What do you
guy.
mean below the
It's
table?
me.
It's a Stefan.
It's me, the sleep paralysis guy. So, what is sleep paralysis for me? It's something really shitty. Every time I try to sleep, lie asleep on my back, it doesn't work out, and I just
Still sleep on
get
your
it.
back.
So, yeah, where are we going with this?
Okay, what do you see when you have sleep paralysis?
Well, usually I've learned to control it because really at some point, first of all, I don't lie on my back. It's like really hard to fall asleep, and
But if you fall asleep, you see demons. That's like a lose-lose situation. Fuck it.
I mean, as long as you try to control it, because at the beginning you see the demons because basically you're falling asleep, but your body's, you know, also
Oh,
asleep. But
Actually,
you,
your body is asleep.
yeah, your
and
body
your
is
mind
asleep, but your mind
Yeah,
is
yeah.
your mind is
You
like
try to drift away from it.
yeah, it's like in a weird state. You either just try to ignore it and fall asleep, or just try to wake up, which I usually do because I'm fucking creeped out. Because literally every time, first starts with the weird sounds. So as someone here says, it's just the first thing I try to do is like move the tips of my fingers, so I get focused on like one part of the body, and then I wake up and I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
like
how
an
it is.
angel dropped you.
like an angel dropped me. Yes.
Yes. I should stop clapping
I
every time.
want to ask you something.
Да.
Why do you think that you see demons when you see them? Or they simply shit?
I feel like you get paralyzed, you get stressed out, and like, what's the first thing that may scare you? Maybe it's something which looks scary. So that's like your first interpretation of what's going on.
Yeah,
Yep.
but the thing is that we can say that it's a demon, but then we see different things that we
The thing is-
classify as demons.
How
But
does
the
a
thing
demon
is
look
that online it says it has descriptions of what people with sleep paralysis see, and the thing is that they see the same things, which it's weird. Like
kinda
someone in
weird.
India, me, and somewhere elsewhere to see the
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay, so that just brings us to the questions. Do you guys remember what you saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, explain. Tell us,
Mm,
Helen.
Like I said, when last time I was like an old woman. Well, I've seen her a bunch of times. Once it was in the corner of my room. Sometimes she was sitting on me.
I've read a story like this.
I've seen like alien spaceships that just flew around the room and then went off from the window, committed suicide, and demons and spiders and all kinds of shit. honestly.
I've seen weird shit as well. Like something that I'm gonna remember until I die probably is like it's a story from 10 years ago, so you can tell that it was freaking me out. So I was like sideways on like a ground outside of a house, maybe in like a village. Everything was on fire, and the first thing that I see is like houses, a lot of fire, and the fire is coming towards me. And then in the middle of the picture, there's like this girl from like maybe The Grudge or like The Ring or like something like that. Maybe I've been affected from this kind of movies, but like yeah, but I saw it like 5 times in a matter of a week, and like the 5th time I was like, what the hell is going on? I was so pissed off. Like I see the 5th time and I'm not even scared. I was like, get the hell out of here! I want to wake up, or like let me
Leave
sleep.
me alone. I want to sleep.
No, I wasn't even desperate. I was like angry. I was even angry at
I'm
it.
sick of you. I
I
don't
can't-
want
Yeah,
to
I was like,
anymore.
I'm sick of you. I'm gonna
You
get up
again?
and beat you up, and eventually I got up and beat her up, and then I woke up.
You did?
It was
Yeah,
my mother.
yeah. It was
Beat
me
up his mother.
who won.
He's the one that beat her up.
Yeah, I beat the fucking girl up.
Nice.
Bravo.
Good job.
Home abuse.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
I had the similar experience, so I was
Well, you
lying in
beat
my
a girl
bed.
up?
No.
Oh, and the
Oh.
girl was screaming like a lot, and then
Hey, you beat her up.
no. Before
Actually,
before I stand up, it's like this weird scream which like hurts your ears even. And then the first 4 times I tried to like scream as well to like fight it off, and I couldn't. But the 5th time I succeeded, and I stood up and beat her up.
Yay.
So you tried
Yay.
5 times to beat somebody up, and you finally
Yeah,
did.
fucking I
so
was
proud.
feeling victorious, man. I like unstoppable from then on.
That was literally just you beating your inner demons. Now you're a better man.
But it was a
Nice.
girl.
Well,
It-
it's different.
Yeah, it's a
definitions,
demon.
you know?
It's a demon
Gender
anyway.
equality.
Yeah. Continue with the dreams or something.
I have one more experience that I would like to share.
Yeah,
all of
go
us
on.
have
Go
experiences.
on.
So-
Go on.
So I
can
was
also say the
I,
things.
I was sleeping and imagine like thousands of ants going around you.
Oh, that's
That was
what
your
I'm gonna
dream?
dream
The
about
plot
tonight.
with this that it wasn't a dream, it was a reality.
Was it?
Was that his capto?
No, that was it.
Oh, it was- then it's good.
Were you laying
my
in the
house when I was
forest?
a child? No, it was in my house and we had a problem with ants. So I was sleeping and literally there were thousands of ants all over the bed.
Oh my god, I'm
Oh,
so sorry
oh.
for
So
you.
that was. Maybe it wasn't that traumatic. I just remember it and it's just.
Maybe you still have ants left on you.
Yeah, that's just the worst villain
It's
origin
not my
story
having
ever.
ants.
It's like wet dreams. When you
I'm an ant man.
Yeah, the thing
Where's the
They-
no button?
They came to me. I was talking to them.
Okay, should we close it up now? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
sure. Thank you for watching. This was all from us for this episode. If you like the episode, give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get all the notifications for our next videos. Suggest some topics. Follow us on Instagram, and that's it. Bye bye.